and welcome back to the Western Wilds. The harvest is done and the crops processed, so it's time to sell this year's output and rebuild the farm. Let's get farming. So this is going to be our last visit to the Western Wilds for this series. I've pretty much achieved everything I wanted to achieve on here by this point. We do have a couple of little things that we need to process before we start selling things off. We've got a nice little bit of milk in here. There we go. That's all hooked up. And refill the milk. So we've got 472 litres. This will just help what we've still got in the pancake factory to process. We've got a whole load of a whole load of silage to get through our BGA as well. So let's just empty this out a little bit further forwards. And there we go. So that's got that milk into there. And we have a decent amount of stuff here. We've got 4 pallets of maple syrup pancakes to sell. So we're going to load those all up. We've got 2 pallets of the pure maple syrup to load up. And we have a lot of flour. We've got a good 8, 9, 10 pallets there, 13, and then we've still got a little bit processing through. So lots to go, lots to get sold today, and we should make a fair amount of money off of all of this. The other thing we've got is some eggs too. So yeah, there's a huge amount of stuff sitting around this farm waiting to be sold. Let's just back this round here a little bit so it's easier to load up next time. If there was a next time. Disconnect and off. Right, and then we do need to go and collect up the straw that is on the field as well. So that's one of my first jobs for this morning too. If we can get all of this processing and get all this through, we will make a tidy sum of money off of all of this. So let's have a look at our production chain setup. We've got no silage in here. We've got 107,000 litres of grass. So we will activate the grass silage going through. And I hadn't activated this because I didn't want to immediately distribute before I'd worked out what I had to go through the BGA. We will then activate the silage in the BGA as well. And we can start getting that going. I do want to spread a little bit of digestate on my grass fields today as well. So we'll store that for now, and then we will get that going later. We've got a fair amount of stuff to keep pancakes coming out with maple syrup. So we've got that production running, and we've got a fair amount of water creating maple syrup too. So we're doing well at the moment. We've got enough stuff all over the place. We're going to get those last few bits to process. Meanwhile, we'll get this trailer out and get the straw collected up and get that processed through our BGA as well. It's looking like we're going to get a decent amount of straw off here too. We are coming up to the end of the first headland, and looks like the first headland is just about going to produce a full forage wagon's worth. At just 3% shy of that. There we go. Right round and a little bit to get that done. If that holds up, I think we'll get 3 or 4 trailers of straw to put through the BGA here as well today. That is pretty cool. It's not going to earn us a huge amount of money. Straw never does. But it will earn us just that little bit on top. I want to replace the house today. That is the big thing I want to do. I want to get a shed in, possibly get rid of the other old buildings that are kicking around. I think we will finally cut down one of the posts and get rid of all of the messy bits that we've got around here. We certainly need to do that to clear out around the house. So yeah, we're going to do that as well. I am first going to clear up the rest of this straw, and once we've done that, we'll have a look and see how much is sitting in the BGA. So we've had 4 full forage wagons so far. This is the last 2 rows on here, so I don't think this is going to give us a full 5th one, especially as we took a little bit from the end of that one in order to fill up the last load. Yeah, we're only at about 30%, so I think we might end up being sort of 2/3 full on this, which is not a bad amount. That's really nice, actually. I'm quite happy with the amount of straw we got off here. This should fill up the BGA for straw. So we'll take this in, get this processed, and then see where we are from there. Yeah, 56%, so just under 2/3 full. And this will just add a nice little bit extra into here. So bring it in to the tipping point. And no, I'm gonna immediately get there. I might be because I need to select the right bit. Yeah, there we go. Empty it out, and then we can go and have a look in the BGA and see exactly how much straw we have ready to process. So it looks like we've got 58,000 litres, 862. We're going to have a big amount of electrical charge to sell. In fact, deactivate that because we've not got anything more to process there. Let's activate the straw going through here then to add to this. So that does that. And the silage is just about to run out in here. But we're only 8 minutes from ticking over. So we should get a really nice amount of cash from this in a moment, and then we'll be able to see where we stand, and that's before we start loading up all of our productions. What I do want to do before we start the load up though is to go and just spread a little bit of digestate. We can then sell that digestate that remains in the BGA because we won't need that again during this year. We need to go and put it on all of our fields. So that's going to be a nice little job to get done. It'd be interesting to see how far it all goes. Arable fields first, of course, followed by the grass fields. Let's fill this up with this and see how far we go. We got 3 minutes, though, until we can see how much our first set of sales today has gone. And as time ticks over to 10 o'clock, we've gone from 16,000 to 55,000. So about 40,000 from the silage, which is fantastic. Very happy with that. And if we can now get this fertilized with a level of this, it's not going to take us too long to do all 4 of these fields, I don't think. We're going to do all 4 because we didn't roll the grass fields at the end of yesterday. We ran out of time. So, yeah, we'll get this digestate on all these fields. If we have any left over, we will sell it. Otherwise, we're still trying to keep this farm going as a working farm. It's just under 2.5 tanks per field for this. So we're finding that we should have enough. These 3 fields, so it's about 15,000 litres per field. So that means we need about 45,000 litres to do these 3 fields plus a bit. We've got 39,000 litres of digestate left. So that's actually really, really good for us. We are going to have enough to do this. We basically need another 12,000 to do this field that we're moving on to. And we're going to need another 15,000 on top. So just under 30,000 litres of this. And yeah, we've got 39,000 litres. So that should be pretty easily enough to do this. We're not even using a full tank on 2 rows, which is where I've been going with this. We're getting down to about 4% per run, and you can see here, yep, there we go, 4%. Although I managed to not turn it off, so we've used all of that. land that we can't use it. But yeah, we have spare enough in order to get all these fields done, which means all these fields are nicely finished off. Doing this wheat field has been so much easier than doing the sorghum field. We can actually see where we've been before, which is very, very useful. Again, we have used 2.5 tanks off this field, so that's very nice. We've also had some money come in from our straw processing. So that's worked well as well. And yeah, 270 litres left in this. So just the 2 grass fields to get done as well. We will stop off at the BGA and just start deactivating stuff where we don't need to be spending money. 74,000 is really, really encouraging though. The big thing I want to replace today is we can finally end our survival by no longer living in a tent, which will be absolutely fantastic. Let's deactivate the silage in there. The straw is still processing a little bit more, and we still have 29,000 litres of digestate. Perfect. Down the bottom, we're still processing the sorghum flour. Another 2,800 to go on that. And we've got plenty of pancakes with maple syrup that can still come out. And plenty of maple syrup too. And this will complete the first of the grass fields. Looking very, very good at the moment. Just need to start getting this one done, and that will be the end of it. I think what I might do is get this tractor doing the mulching on the 2 arable fields while we start to load up our actual products to sell and start seeing how much that is. We also need to work out exactly where we're going to be selling everything and try and group our products into those sections. So we'll get this field done and then we'll get on to that. Last little bit of the field, and I'm hoping I've filled this up enough. Yes, just. Don't mind leaving a little patch there, but otherwise, it's all yeah. Otherwise, we're using more digestate than I want. I'd rather leave this trailer empty. So let's head round and get this parked up, and we can see where we are with this now. Right, let's park this up and see where we are. See how much digestate we've got left, because of course that will be a nice little income from this. And that will disconnect all of that. And we've now worked our way through all the straw, so we'll deactivate that. We've got 9,000 litres of that, so we'll change the output mode to selling for that. And that will sell in the next hour. Meanwhile, our pancakes are almost out of milk, so that is almost done. And yeah, the maple syrup is just going to keep going. Meanwhile, we've got a decent amount of flour in here. We've got a little bit of sorghum left. I think it might be time to load some stuff up. First, though, I'm just going to get this going with the mulcher and set that mulching field, because I think that will be the best use of our time for this tractor. And as I said, plan is to keep this as an ongoing farm and an ongoing concern. So absolutely want to be having stuff going on and jobs being done that need doing while we are selling everything off and improving everything. So that tractor is off doing the mulching. We can start loading things up. So we need to get the forks on the front of this, and we need to get our trailer, our flatbed, which after harvest we have taken the sides off and parked up the side here. And then I need to work out what I can group together to get sold, because obviously the more stuff we can take at once, the better off we'll be. So looking at our sales, our eggs can go to the train yard, our flour can go to the train yard, and everything else, yeah, the maple syrup and the pancakes, those are going to the selling point. Yeah. Oh, we actually have a fair bit of slurry we could put into the BGA. Not worth a huge amount of money, in fairness, but it is there. So, yeah, we want to get the eggs and the flour loaded up and take down to the train yard. And then we want to load up the maple syrup and the pancakes with maple syrup for the selling station. So let's start with the flour and the eggs. We've got the flour in a fairly good position. In fact, I'm going to turn the trailer round because that will give us easy access on both sides to load up all this flour. It's going to be a considerable amount of flour we have to sell today, which is brilliant, to be honest. So let's detach that and we'll go and get the flour first that is over here. And I'm going to take the stuff off the top first because that'll be easier to access. And we can then get this on the trailer, get this loaded up, and we'll go and put the eggs on the top because, of course, eggs more breakable than the flour, and therefore they would be on the top. We've got quite a large amount of flour here. We are 9 pallets in. We've still got 3 pallets over the other side. No, more than 3 pallets. We've got 4 pallets over the other side. We've got 2 pallets over here. 3 pallets over here. So that's another 7 to go on top. And I'm thinking that there must be more still in our windmill. So, yeah, we get quite a lot of this. Oh, come on. Get in there nice and straight, please. Ah. So close. Never mind. It's close enough. And it just puts a little bit of a bit down the side there. But yeah, that's I think we're gonna have like 18 pallets of this. I'm gonna try a method to unload them of just pushing them into the sell point rather than trying to just unload a couple at a time. It'll be a little bit quicker and hopefully should mean that we can sell them more easily. Otherwise, it is going to be quite a big job to get them unloaded. How many I got here? Yeah, I'm going to have to go 3 across still on the second level. I don't know if I can fit the eggs on this. I think we might have to employ the truck and put the eggs in the truck bed in order to get all of this down here at once, because this does look very much like it's just going to be a trailer full of flour. Feels like there's a scary amount of weight on this trailer now. But it's on there. We just need to take the corners really carefully. We've got just 2 pallets of flour left in the windmill. In fact, let's have a quick look, see if we're going to get another pallet out. There's still 1,168 litres of sorghum. It's a 15 to 16, so yes. In fact, we're fairly close to another pallet. So we should be able to get 1 more pallet off of here and onto this trailer. Just to complete this and end up with a full trailer's worth. We are going to have to load the eggs into the truck to get them over there as well then, because there's no way I'm getting the 3 pallets of eggs that we have onto this trailer. This tractor just does not reach high enough. As great as this David Brown has been on this series, it is not capable of reaching that high to do this. Plus, I'm very worried about whether this David Brown is going to fall over trying to get these. Get that pretty much vertical. You can see that's the highest it goes to pretty much. So yeah, that's not happening. What we do need to try and do is just get these on here, and then while we're waiting for that final pallet of flour to come out from the windmill, what we can do is just go and load the eggs up into the back of our truck, ready to convoy this trailer. Oh, don't flick that. And the truck down to the train yard and get all of this sold off. So these eggs here should be able to fit in here fairly easily. It's a difficult one, this truck bed, because I think the width is just slightly too small for lots of pallets to fit. Yeah, you can see that isn't sitting in there quite as I'd like. Also, the movement of the... Oh, actually, no, that's slotted in there quite well. It's then just getting the pallet... Yeah. Right, and then without breaking any eggs, let's carefully push that down. I do kind of need to be able to get at it, so hopefully that won't be too bad. And then we can get 2 more on there as well. If we pick up 2 at the same time, that will work pretty well to slot them on. Which does mean I need to make sure I'm coming at these nice and straight. So this top-down view I find really useful for this. Line myself up nice and straight. Then alter my forks like that. And then I should be able to just drive forwards, pick up both pallets, and have a nice, symmetrical, straight collection of the pallets. Really nicely sorted, so that then we can just drive up to the back of the truck and slot them onto the flatbed without too much hassle. So into there. Will 3 fit in here? Yes, 3 will fit in here quite nicely, actually, like that. And then we'll do that. And it will strap down, close that up, and then we'll turn this round so that when we've got the trailer done, we can just get this to follow the tractor and trailer, as this will run a lot faster than that little David Brown will. And as we get back over here, the final pallet of flour is ready to collect. We might get 1 more out of here today, but for now, I'm quite happy with this. This is a grand total of 18 pallets of flour that we have to sell, which is absolutely brilliant. That is going to bring in quite a bit of cash. That should certainly give us the money we need to get the farmhouse, which is great. I do want to make other improvements to the yard before we finish. We do need somewhere to store the combine. We could do some lean-tos and just add a little bit more structure to the farm. So, yeah, plenty more stuff to do on here that we need more cash for. But at least our initial goals seem like they're going to be met with what we're going to sell now. And, oh, that is quite a bit of weight on the back of this. So slow and steady down to the train yard. I think we've still got the truck behind us. We have, so that's absolutely fantastic. I do wonder if I can just push these off into the sell point, or if we can get them close enough to the sell point. So let's bring up alongside here. Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna work. Okay, let's turn this round. We can get this into a position to easily be unloading stuff from it. Don't want the truck to come into the back of me, so we'll just leave that there. Undo that. We can then take this and take the hired worker off. I think we'll just position this here like so, and open the back, turn it off. We can take off the straps, train going through. There we are, and let's start trying to unload some of this. Eggs first, followed by the productions. Don't think there's anything else. Yeah, the train station is definitely the best place to sell most stuff here. It's just getting it so that you can easily and quickly sell it, and I think that's why a lot of the stuff is best sold here, because you want it to be a little bit more pay a little bit better because of the extra work you have to put in to actually sell things here. You either need specialist trailers or specialist equipment or so much. And yeah, I was hoping we might get that back one, but I think that's going to be difficult. We might have to reverse the truck quickly just to get those onto the forks. It is selling quite well, these eggs, though. How much? I'd missed how much the first lot sold for. We'll keep an eye out and see how much the second lot sell for. Already sent us over 80,000 though. 4,000. So yeah, we're getting 5,000 per pallet, which is brilliant. Right, let's try and unload these. I'm going to try and do this 2 pallets at a time, but I'm going to try and do it vertically, 2 pallets at a time. I'll grab the first 2. Hopefully they will slide out quite nicely. Whoa. Or not. Get the forks in the right place. And on, not into the second one, because 4 pallets will be too much for this tractor. Okay, and then slowly moving round, we can just put the 2 pallets on the back of here, like so. And then they sell off. Perfect. 2,953? Wow, the eggs sell for so much higher. Not overly surprising. We've also got a lot fewer eggs. So 1,500 per pallet. That is not bad at all. Our total from this flour should be around about 27,000 by my calculation. We're getting 2,900 per stack. In fact, 2,957 per stack. And we've got 9 stacks. So, yeah, that should be about 27,000. Just under, in fact, because, of course, this is not quite 3,000. But it's near there. It's only £43 shy. Oh, that has not gone on there. There we go. Save that. And yeah, that's why that seemed to report a little bit less. We only did half a pallet at a time. It looks like the price is actually slightly on the rise. We have been getting 2,959 for the last couple of stacks. So yeah, price is definitely on the rise. We're not selling everything at the best price time because we need to finish up today. 2,959. Right. Can I reverse this truck in such a way that I can then reach these eggs? Don't know if I can. I might have to... Oh, they've shifted back a little bit. That might be just enough to grab these. Let's give it a go and see if it works. Otherwise, I might have to jiggle things around a little bit and see if I can find another way to get them out the back of this. Okay. We just need to get them on the tips. Yes, there's the tips. Oh, it's not enough. Right, I have to move things about a bit, I think. You back and forths, and I've managed to eventually get them to shift somewhere that's useful. So let's get them under here, and there we go. Lift them out onto the trailer, and we're up to 109,000. Brilliant. That's exactly where we want to be. We just need to go back to the farm now and sell off our maple syrup and our pancakes and see where we end up. But 113,971. That is a result. Selling off the remaining product should be a lot quicker process. We won't need to unload anything. We'll just need to load it up at our end. We've still got the truck following us, but I'll just stop that and park that out of the way in a moment. I want to get the trailer somewhere where we're going to have easy access to it. We do have another pallet of flour, and what I might do is just leave that for the pancake factory so that that can keep processing stuff. I'll go get rid of this, and then we'll load up the maple syrup and the pancakes. So the pancakes have run out. We're storing, yeah, we haven't got any more, so we'll deactivate that. I've deactivated the sorghum flour because there's no more flour being produced. And in fact, it's almost exactly a pallet that we got out of there. And maple syrup wise, that is just going to keep going. So yeah, that pallet of flour is actually a really useful thing to keep here. It would allow continual pancake production to keep going throughout the winter. And just keep these pancakes coming out. So we are going to leave that there. Really useful to just have that kicking around. We have 5 boxes of pancakes and 3 boxes of the maple syrup. So I'm going to just stack pancakes on like this. We can be a little bit more all over the place with this. It doesn't need to be massively neat stacking to get everything on. I'm actually really pleased with those eggs. Those eggs just sold for so much money. I was not expecting that at all. Thankfully, the maple syrup and the pancake boxes are roughly the same size. So that's going to make it easier to get everything stacked on here. You can see that I have been going for speed here rather than accuracy. We've got those first 4 on there, but they're a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Which is a phrase I used previously, and everybody went, I love that phrase. I need to use that phrase. And I'm going, I've used that my whole life. That's, you know, that's a common phrase, certainly where I come from. Oh, we've got another pallet of maple syrup come out at that point. So, yeah, we must be storing a bit as well, which is good. I mean, that is fantastic. Extra money for us. Doesn't take much maple syrup for the pancake factory. So, extra maple syrup we can sell is brilliant. And that is a great little mod. I do like that maple syrup production mod. It works well, and it's served us really well on here. With the only input needing to be water, has been very useful. Those onto there. Looks like it is just this single pallet. So we'll load this up as well. And then we can get all of these up to our sell point at the top of the map. And see how much money we're going to end up with. It's really not a bad shout for how much we've earned this year. I'm very, very pleased with this. So let's get that on there. Wrap all this down because it's very messily on there. And we're going to load this up or hook this up and get it up to our sell point. Before I head up there, though, we've got this tractor finished mulching the first field. We're going to go and run it on the second field now as well. I put it here, it should go around the same way. So course, generate, looks exactly as I want it. First waypoint, and away it goes. And we'll bring this up to our sell point over here. Pulling it over should, yeah, sell stuff. So those are all emptying. And the grand total of 22,900 and no, 23,000. Yeah, 23,700 ish. That is absolutely fantastic. We've got £137,000 to play with to improve our farm. So let's head back and see what we can do. First thing I'm going to do, though, is stop off at this corner, and we're going to go and cut down the sign that gets rid of all of the junk. Permanently remove all the power lines, no loose scrap and trees. We want to remove all the loose scrap, so to this. There it goes. So that should be all of the loose metal and everything should now be removed from this area. A nice little bit of cleanup. I think the tractor that was in that shed might have gone as well. But this should clean up the stuff that we had left over from the old chicken coop. It's removed the big pile of scrap that was there. It should also have removed all of the scrap that was kicking around over here. Yep, there's all the scrap there gone. It has not removed all the scrap from the house here. It's removed a little bit, I think. Yeah, we've got a patch there, but it's not removed all of it. So next thing to do is we are going to sell this. So this will remove these little bits of rubbish and everything. Sell is going to cost us nearly 6,000 to get rid of it. But house is gone. There we are. So that is where we're going to build our house. And I've got a really great house, I think, for the farm. We've got this ranch house here, which is a mod. And we're going to put it this way round. Now, if I get the front doorstep right, ideally we want to get the front door up to there, line everything up, and that to me looks pretty good. There. And there we go. There is our brand new ranch house, completely set up with donuts. Lots of people saying in this series, can you please give yourself a proper house and stop living in a tent? Yeah, we have it. So that means we can go and remove the tent finally. That can also be removed. So, we don't want to sleep. We want to remove it. So, bye-bye tent. We'll demolish that. We'll get £22 back for that. And that leaves us with 31,738 to improve our farmyard as well. So I think we can put in a couple of lean-tos and other bits and pieces. So I'm going to move some of the equipment into the middle of the yard, and then we'll see where we can put some extra buildings in around here. Okay, so everything's been moved into or out of the way. I think we can move the combine as well. We do have a little bit of manure that could be sold out of the bit over here, but I'm just gonna leave that for now. That's something that could be done later. We do need to get rid of this though, because I think this is pretty much in our way. I've got some sheds and some lean-tos and things I think that would go in here really well. So first up, we need somewhere to store the combine, and I think this shed here is absolutely perfect for this. Now, I want to put it in the space the combine was in. This stuff here, though, is massively in the way. In fact, it would go really nicely in this corner. So let's demolish this. Yeah, 4,000. This is going to be close. I think we need about 20,000 to do what we want. So that's sold all of that. We do have all of this manure in here. There's also a gold nugget that we can see sticking out. We're not going to worry about that. I'm half tempted to get rid of that and do that. So let's grab the manure fork and just get rid of this manure in here, because I'm going to need that space for my combine. And that is the last of it. There was actually a decent amount of manure in here. That's not bad. We'll get that process through. That will give us a little bit of extra cash as well. So we'll process that through the BGA2. Activate that. Yeah, that's going to give us a decent amount, about 5,000 to 6,000. Well, no, about 5,000 liters of electricity. But that's pretty perfect. So let's put the larger wooden shelter in here. Lots of overlaps with another object still that we're getting. About here should do nicely, I think. There we go. So a nice big wooden shed. I think the overlap actually is probably the gold nugget. But that can stay out the back there now very well. And our combine will now slot really nicely at the back here. A great place for us to store this. And the great thing is on the other side, that is where we can put our seeder. So the seeder will fit in this space very nicely too. It's snug, but it's gonna fit. Look at that. So perfect storage for our wider equipment in this shed here. The next shed I want to put in is actually one that's native to the map. It's this one here. This should go into this spot rather nicely if I put it right up against that pylon and across a bit. Is that going to get in the way of... If we put it right up and merge it into there. No, that should... Oh, that's tight. That's really tight. I kind of want to put it there, and there should be enough space with that to work. So we'll place it manually and override and put it there. Oh, I put it too far back, but never mind. So it's got the lamppost going through the middle of it. A little bit far back, but happy with that. And we can go and put some of our equipment into that. That has done quite well. We've got a load of our stuff in there as well. And I think we might be able to fit another of those down the side here. So let's try another one of those slotting in here. Yeah, that will actually slot in there. Just not too far back. Otherwise, it will overlap that tree. So about there should do it. Yeah. Little bit straight like that. Again with the manual placement. And yeah, that works. That works quite well. I'm happy with that too. So everything nestled in here. And we'll get these bits of equipment into there. Back the roller in for the last bit to get in here. I don't know if I can get the plow in here too. It's quite a tight amount of space. Actually, we might be able to. If we get the roller in the right place in here, we might be able to squeeze the plow in. If not, the plow is not a piece of equipment I'm too worried about being outside. Let's try detaching that. There is enough space in there for the plow. So we'll grab that too. And we will just go forward to the morning just to show you guys what the new farmyard looks like. But yeah, I am pleased with this. That is a very nice setup. In fact, yeah, look, there we go. That is that down and detached. Absolutely brilliant. So happy that we've got the yard sorted before we finish on here. And this is now no longer a survival. This is now a fully fledged, fully working farm. And so morning comes in our brand new ranch house. We are now all set up. We've got our truck here. Lots of improvements that could still be done, but really, really pleased with this. We've got a fully fledged farmyard here, raring to go. And yeah, what a difference we have in this farmyard. I am absolutely ecstatic with how this series has gone. We have achieved so much in our 2 years here on the Western Wilds. I hope you have enjoyed watching this series as much as I've had making it. We will be moving over to a brand new series on Zalonka, the premium edition map, on Sunday. So come and check out. We're going to go and have a look at doing some vegetable farming. In the meantime, there'll be a map first look on that map too. And we're going to take an overall first look at the DLC as well. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.